Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is August 24th, and it is time for the market overview. We'll be looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, XOI, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, and SLV. Alright, well here we are with the Dow as usual, and we had a strong day. I mean, it was nice. We met the uptick target that we received yesterday, and we exceeded it by a good clip. Secondaries are all switching up. We have a bullish cross on the MACD, and then all the other secondaries ticking up. Now, the most important thing about today, and this was kind of caught me by surprise, is we have a slight uptick on the 14-day RSI moving average. So, if this is going to be the moment in which it decides to turn around and go back up, that is very important. That's very good. I've been waiting for that for weeks now. I've been talking about it in the nightly video, so that really caught my attention today, and I was expecting it to stay low, and we'll have a pop and then drop, and just waiting for Jackson Hole, which is Friday. And so you could say, well, this is a run going up into Jackson Hole, and then maybe we'll have QE3 announced, and it'll just go higher. And my stance is we don't know what's going to happen at Jackson Hole, and it probably will not be QE3, and it's natural to have a run into it, but it is a great unknown, and I am not taking a position one way or the other until that news is released and digested. But certainly this 3-day move is very nice. It certainly it has backed away from the floor over here. I still think that there's a very good chance that it's going to be at least retested sometime in the near future. Certainly if Jackson Hole does not pan out very well, and we're going to have to see. But certainly that uptick on the 14-day RSI, and having some crossover, and the middle Bollinger Band getting below the short-term moving averages does look very bullish, at least potentially. I mean, we were getting that back here too, and then we saw what happened, and it is almost at the same point as it was here in terms of crossover. Not quite yet, but close. It did close at the top of at the highs, and very positive. Looking at the 60-minute, we can see that it has gone through the bearish bar. Since it has emerged from the other side, it is healthy for it to come back down, kiss the bar, and bounce off. So I'm going to be watching to see if that happens. You can see here that the middle Bollinger Band is below the short-term moving averages, giving them strength, and but a kiss would be proper in the near future, and at that point we'll see if it's a failure or a bounce off. Beyond that, everything is pointing up. We have possible divergences setting up, which is normal after going through the bar, but CCI possible. On the fast stochastic, possible if it were to turn around. If it keeps going up, it'll break it on the slow stochastic as well. You'll notice that the 14-day RSI moving average in the 60-minute time period is getting close to the overbought area, and we do not have one on the regular RSI, but we could possibly have one on the MACD histogram. So also leading towards the possibility of a backtest kiss. So, and then of course beyond that, we're also getting to we're filling this gap that we had from a few days ago. And once it gets to the top of that, the question will be also, is that it, or does it break out? And that's very important question. And proper breakout is going to be just above the 11,500 area. So certainly, if this is a run to Jackson Hole, would another 200 points on the Dow be more possible? Yes, absolutely. And so right about Friday, or shortly thereafter, that is the important time that hopefully it should be up here, and then decide what it wants to go do with itself. And on the daily, that would be right about here, which is this previous short-term ceiling and this shadow high shadow that we have over here. So if it breaks out of this, Jackson Hole is good, then certainly it'll be nice to see a retest of the bearish bar. Pretty much the same thing with SPX, so I won't rehash it, but that 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. It is still an oversold area, but this is a negative place to be. So I'll be watching to see if this can go up and clear the oversold level, giving us a signal that that it is going to start its march up, and that the clouds have parted, the sun is shining, the music is playing, and all is good for the bulls. So not there yet, but I'm watching to see if it will. The VIX, we have hammer. We met the downtick intraday yesterday. You can notice that the middle Bollinger Band is getting to the top of the short-term moving averages. We're having further crossover, but it isn't a complete crossover yet. All the secondaries are ticking down along with the 14-day RSI moving average. This is good. We're finally getting some good data that points for one direction, but that massive NDE on Friday, I am not going to get out in front of it. And then chart, people high, lower high. Same thing with the Dow, low, higher low. We pointed that out way back here and said that it was a potential, but it was way too early. It seems to be working out so far, but there's just too much in the looking forward, at least for my tastes. XOI, also hammer. We had that uptick target. It was kissed today, so that is done. And everything trying to tick up, trying to get the, actually we did get the bullish cross on the MACD. And, the news is also calming down a lot. So I do think that is, to some extent, helping this. But if they start bashing everything again every day relentlessly, like we had for the last month or so, do I think that an uptrend will survive? Not really. But we have to wait and see, and I don't know as of yet. Friday is the day, and Friday needs to be digested. So TNA has not met its uptick target yet from yesterday, which would be at 45. It's not very far away. We have spinning top today. Middle Bollinger Band right in the middle. This one is lagging once again the Dow and SPX, which is totally different than what it usually does, which is it's out in front of it and it's making better moves. Very interesting that it's not. It shows that the big caps, the blue chips, are moving, and everyone is waiting to see what they do and get comfortable before the small caps come in and either are bought like crazy or sold like crazy. You'll notice on TNA we do not have an uptick on the 14-day RSI moving average. Everything else is ticking up, but that RSI 14-day, that's what I'm watching. Nothing. UUP. Alright, it's kind of a lopsided spinning top looking structure, and kind of interesting that this was, essentially green movement from today, and yet equities still went up a good clip. Secondaries are all mixed. CCI up, fast stochastic down, slow stochastic sideways, 14-day RSI moving average down, RSI itself down, histogram clicking up, and MACD clicking down. So very, very weird, these currencies, but it does seem to be holding up with Guppy. We had talked about at length about it having problems with the bearish bar, and now it was going down again. Well, it's chopping away sideways up and down, but it is still sloping down. So that is holding up. You'll notice the middle Bollinger Band is still above short-term moving averages. So that is working. FXE, spinning top, middle Bollinger Band still below the short-term moving averages. Short-term moving averages still sloping up. And just like UUP, mixed bag with the secondaries. Downtick on histogram, uptick on MACD, uptick on RSI, side tick on RSI moving average, uptick on both stochastic, downtick on CCI. What a mess. And the flatline bar is trying to get some separation, but this has not moved in such a degree that it is getting it. So this is still very shaky, and this spinning top definitely suggests indecision, which is really expected, as all the currencies are really in question right now. GLD, ugly move for gold. We did meet the downtick target from yesterday today, which is nice. So this is all cleaned up, and middle Bollinger Band not yet getting to the halfway mark in the short-term moving averages. Everything clicking down, the RSI moving average, I mean everything clicking down. And you know, it had a 100-point move in gold today to the downside. And so is that suggesting that fear is leaving? Well, since they're not beating the drum in the news that the world is ending, perhaps it is. But then on the other hand, as soon as they start beating that drum again, this is going to go back up. So in any case, I think that this is very healthy, fills a whole bunch of gaps. We still have a whole bunch more, but certainly a bubble corrective move has been massively overdue. I mean, going all the way back to the beginning of July when we were bumping up against the upper Bollinger Band, we were saying that we had excessive separation, we had wobble, and boy, what a run. This is amazing. But to have some correction is certainly good in my opinion. And it did not finish at the lows of the day, but certainly it's a welcome move. SLV, same thing as gold. We met the downtick target today. The middle Bollinger Band is still below the short-term moving averages. It is tried to go into the bar. We do not have complete separation. I mean, complete crossover and separation prior to entering the bar. You can see that it was kicked out of the bar, which is to be expected, having a bar and this needing to, the short-term moving averages needing to do what they need to do to put the hurt on the bar. Everything ticking down. Notice the 14-day RSI moving average is flat. It is not ticking down, and the RSI itself actually clicking up. So semi of a mixed bag on the secondaries, but certainly a bearish overtone. And so we'll be watching that. But this is nice. If it can come down, kiss the bar, consolidate a little bit, and then bounce off, that will be very bullish, and would be a textbook guppy entry, as we pointed out here in the past. Come through it, come back for a kiss, bounce off of it, and if it can do that again, then we really might have something. So all eyes on Friday and the digestion of the news, which I would assume would be Monday or Tuesday. Until then, this will be a nice show, be entertaining to watch, but too much risk, news-driven risk this week, in my opinion. But there you have it. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.